I thought my life was complete when I got the chance to work in the MLB, but the reality was far more complex than I ever imagined. From the initial shock of the grueling pace, to the relief of approaching the offseason, or even the excitement of having a life outside my job, this role definitely keeps you on your toes. But I'm not just here to share my personal experiences, but to share my advice on how to get there. With that, let's get the day started.
'Cause I love everyone, love how you run, baby, love everyone, come on and tell me now.
Unless it's a day game, I rarely wake up to an alarm, which is nice, and I get to take my morning slow. It's usually the only time I have to myself, and I take this time to wake up, call my girlfriend, and do some work before heading to the field. I'm coming back from an Achilles injury right now, so I'm going to go for a light run today to see if it gives me less pain than my pinched nerve in my neck. Yeah, I'm definitely
Want you to be my vice, vice,
Vice, vice.
I'm all about your vibe, vibe.
Well, okay, not running on the field today. From there, it's a pretty standard day in baseball. I get a nice workout in, and then it's varying task until the game ends. For those of you curious, I do advance and replay, so during the day, I work on producing prep work for all the opposing pitchers, and then do replay during the game. If I can explain it in any way, replay is a job where, if you make the right call, you did your job. If you get it wrong though, everyone and their mother flames you on Twitter. Best of both worlds, really. Post-game is usually just more work until I go to bed, but today was a nice change for once.
Oh yeah, this could all be over. We're not okay. Shattered glass everywhere. Tears of rage. Waiting for the rain to stop and take my pain away. Why'd you have to be that mean? Why'd you do me that way? We should know that we won't.
So I was just hanging out with my boy Max, which I don't get to do often, and that's one of the great things I love about this time of the year. You know, things start to die down. I get to see friends and family and get to be excited about doing that again. You see, during the season, it's just nonstop. I was hanging out with my friend Max for an hour or two, and it's 9:45. Toronto changed their starter for tomorrow, so I got to prep a whole new set of sheets for all the pitchers for tomorrow, for all their hitters, and I need to go over the advance report for the Tigers, which is due tomorrow, or which is due tonight for me. And, you know, it just never ends. Like, things always come up. You never have free time. If you think you have a second of free time, you know, it just bites you in the ass. But, you know, that's just part of the job. And part of the reason why I do like it, too, is because you do have to think on your feet. You do have to adapt, which is nice and probably good life skills to have. But, you know, I'm sorry, like, I am excited to see my girlfriend back in California again, to see my family that I've seen twice this whole year. You know, just things like that, you know, you probably take for granted when you're younger growing up. There are some things that I get asked a lot, like, how do I get a job in baseball? Like, how do I get a job that you have? And so here's some advice that I have. Being persistent is probably the easiest and hardest one at the same time, just because there's only 30 teams in the industry, there's a finite number of jobs, and everyone wants them. These teams have a monopoly over all the jobs. They won't pay you well until you get super senior, and it is a rough life just applying and just not making any progress, it seems like. But with that, you can't give up. And to go on to the second point, like, you have to stand out. Now, standing out can mean a lot of different things, but the easiest way is just to build a portfolio of your work, start a blog, like, put out content on your knowledge of baseball, just some sort of way where teams can understand how you think about baseball, like your curiosities, like what you're interested in, just stuff that, like, we can't see in a resume. I can't tell you how many resumes we've gone sent or emailed and that they've played baseball and they have nothing else. Like, yeah, like, that helps to some extent. I played baseball in college, that definitely helps, but you can get a questionnaire and just fail that. Your answers can be all vanilla, be surface level, and you're just like every other candidate. Like, you have to stand out in some sort of way, and I wouldn't risk just waiting for a questionnaire. Like, try to stand out before in the application process, just so they bookmark you and they're interested in wanting to talk to you. The last one, and the one that I'm probably fighting the most, is just to not give up on your love and passion for baseball. This game is tough. on the diamond and off the diamond for players and staff. And it will test your limits, especially if you're with a team working every single day, not being able to see your family for 9 months straight. Like, it gets really tough. But for me, one thing that helps me a lot, especially when I'm struggling, is just taking a step back. If I'm on a road trip and I see some friends in New York and we talk about my job, like them talking to me, asking me questions, like that just reminds me and grounds me of how cool my job is, just be able to work in this industry. And I think that's why all of us want to get to this point, is to have the opportunity to do that. But with that, I say good luck to all the prospective interns and full-time baseball employees that are out there. It's ramping up a lot right now. The Rays have applications out. I know a lot of teams do, especially the ones out of the playoffs, and good luck. It's a hard industry to crack, but if you put in the time and effort, and especially take time to make yourself stand out from other people, you should have a good shot. Oh, I'm so fucking awkward at it.